So, as I'm about to paint the other color, the fluorescent pink, I was reviewing the manual, and I discovered some parts, well, actually just maybe one or two, require the pink, where I think it's from the actual stickers. Like here is this is the actual the front knee plate, and according to the sheet, this part here and this part here is, of course, painted pink. So I could use the template, or I can eyeball it. Granted, I'm thinking of also painting this part, but first let's get some areas taken care of first. Where's my here it is. So make sure I get it nice coverage right there. And I know that one's overlapping that, but I can always lift it up like so. Then grab the next one and put that there. Come on. Like that. Now, even though this is in an angle and it's curved, I can lift it up to there. Come on. Darn it, get in there. Gotta do it again. Like that. And I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get the hobby knife and try to cut that. Grab the other side. There we go. And now just cut the side, and then that way I'll paint that pink. And then what I'll do is I'll cover this and then repaint, mask off this entire area so I can paint this part in the color. I haven't decided what, maybe a grayish tone, maybe a little bit more darker gray, I don't know. Same thing with this. The bottom part is fine. We're gonna do a wraparound up to there. Like so. Oops, the whole thing falls in. Using a dental probe, do this. I don't want to use the blade yet. Instead, where's my tungsten? Yep, here it is. This will be a lot easier. So if I can just cut that, expose the top. There we go. That's fine. So I can actually paint this entire area around like that. We'll do the other side in a minute. This one. So obviously the Witcher Prologue anime, Prologue number, Prologue 0, you could say episode 0, is available now on Gundam Info for those who hasn't had the opportunity to watch it yet. And I've been watching the episode to see if I could find anything that looks out of the ordinary, anything that maybe the manual doesn't cover, anything like that. Obviously the manual covers everything, but I want to grab as much information as I can so I can say, okay, I can cover that area and use that. This one's a little uncomfortable because you really, it's a curvature, so you're gonna have to like try to grab as much of the area as possible, even if you have to grab the sides here. But I don't know how this will work for me. I'm doing it freehand, nothing of guidance, but I just don't want to grab the area around the ball. Also, this is supposed to be like up to there. Okay. Oops. Get in there. Okay, I think this is not appropriate. We'll have to use a fresh one. We'll use this like that. There we go. Then I'm going to try to grab the sides there and around it. So yeah, I was watching the episode to see if there was anything out of the ordinary that I may need to do on the kit. But yeah, it pretty much, the manual summarizes basically what you can do. Obviously I'm going to give it a little bit of uniqueness here and there, wherever I see that requires it. But I just want to cover areas that I think would be appropriate. The joint is the most weirdest one of it all. I just want to cover as much surface detail of the part, so I just because when I'm painting on this side, I may I did discover maybe one or two parts may require the inner frame of the gunmetal, like I did on the remaining parts. So I'm going to do the same thing with this. Just want to make sure I cover everything. I'm using leftover scraps. I think there's one more here. There we go. I think we got a lot of information, a lot of stuff here. And that way I'll just paint this part darker tone color. Now I'm reviewing more parts. I wanted to paint this area, but I discovered that this area does not have enough. It looks like the white that I painted over it did not have enough coverage, so I'm going to redo it again before I mask it off, because I'm thinking of masking off this entire area just to expose this and paint the other color tone. Thinking of this, but I'm going to leave it the way it is for now. This part here, I just realized there's a scar mark there, so that has to be repainted again. that's no big deal. White. I'm going to mask off everything to expose from everything from here up, so I can paint everything up the other color tone. The shield parts are the next big thing, and I've been actually thinking of maybe using the fluorescent color, but I'm again on the fence here. I don't know what to do yet. This is also giving me the opportunity to review the parts, see if I missed something and whatnot. The face mask is another one that I may need to redo a bit. I swore I thought there was a seam line there, but I guess I was wrong. But I definitely may want to paint the chin, not the chin, the face plate here. So I'm going to be redoing all that. Once I take care of all this masking, then we're going to go with the painting of the fluorescent pink. So stand by for that. Alrighty then. It is now time to paint the next color, and that is number 174, Fluorescent Pink. Now, as you guys know, we already prepared a pre-thin bottle here. I shouldn't be using all of it, just enough to cover the smaller parts that require it. And let me just move my... Hopefully the thing doesn't fall down. There we go. Pour here in the reservoir. That should be enough. And then whatever is left over, I will put away for future kits. Or kit. Put that there. Get the mixture. Spray it a bit. Good. I'm going to make this a little louder now, because that way, obviously the louder the compressor is, the lower the PSIs are. I may have to get a new regulator in the future, but for now, it will fulfill its purpose. Clean up this little part here of all those particles. Actually, let me adjust it a bit more. Right there. By the way, somebody asked me why there was something going on with my spray booth at the time, and I think I know the reasons why the whole thing was not flowing properly. The little basket in there, you really got to clean it. Just washing it with water is not the right way. You want to wash it with soap and water, hot water, and maybe apply a little bit of thinner on it, because if you leave it there, the paint will stick there. So I have to use a brush to clean it up a bit. So as you can see, the water is flowing fine. It's not collecting and all that stuff. Alright, let's do this. Let's spray and pray. Okay, hold on, I forgot to put the air on. There we go. Nice. Good. Put that there. That's part of the knee area. The joint area parts. Okay. This is from the joint that connects the leg to the waist unit. Nice and glossy. This one came off from its, hold on a second, one of the parts that is held up by the toothpick fell off. Let me put it back on again. And obviously it's the shoulder part. Let me zoom in a little bit more. That should be fine. Alright, here we go. Is nice. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can zoom in on the part. Apparently I keep zooming in on the background. So let me back out a bit. Turn that off. And I don't know if you guys can see. Actually, I have a lamp here, which I thought I had it in the right area. There it is. Good. That's really good. Alright, hang on a second. There's few parts that I am going to that I did prepare. That is the knee part area, which I did mention before. Just apply a little pressure so that, and you know what? Sometimes, I mean, I'm very good with my hands, but I sometimes miss. Let me put a little bit more masking tape around the area so that way it doesn't affect the part. There we go. Let's see how this works. May have screwed it up a bit, but we don't know. Let me grab the other one. Oh, one of the, give me a second here. Here we go. So, realized that that masking of this, it was a little off, so I'm going to readjust it in a minute. But that should be fine. Alright, so I got four more parts to continue on with the pink. And we're going to go from there. Don't know what else to do. Oh yeah, that's right. There are the other colors that I messed up. So let's take care of these first, and then we'll move on to the next, okay? Alright, so I'm about to paint the other parts and other colors, doing two tones here and there. Now that I've finished retouching up some of the white parts and some of the parts that look like it needed a little bit more. And unfortunately, I wish the manual had a bigger picture of the shield. Now obviously the shield is like this, but it's in an angle, which is kind of difficult to distinguish what's what and where to begin. So I wanted to find out where I can paint what in what area. I've already masked up a lot of areas that I think would benefit from it, and some parts will be painted different colors. Now, I did mention in part 1 that I was going to use ice silver, which is very nice. And as I showed it right here, I did a test run with this color on this area. And then I'm thinking of painting it this color as well, the same thing. But maybe I'm kind of like in the fence of not doing that. But now as I'm reviewing the part and how the shield is formed, I wanted to see where I can go with this. I know that the top part will be that tone, this entire section will be that tone, that will be that tone, that part will be that tone, that part will... Actually, you know what? It does seem to work how I'm looking at it right now. Alright, I thought maybe I was not going to do this right, but we'll try it. We'll try it. You know what? I just realized that some of these parts have not been masked off properly, but I just want to give you a breakdown of what I'm about to do right now. And let me turn this on a bit. And since I did not mask this area, you know what? Hang tight for a little. Okay. I'm gonna mask it off and might as well put a little glove on just to make sure. That's good. This part here. It's a good sheen to it. The other part. Okay, good. And here. That's good. Whoop. As long as I don't grab the other part. There we go. I think that's pretty much it. I forgot. Oh, darn it. I forgot to cut that. Okay. There we go. Let's try this. I know this is actually part of the gun system. But I may... And I don't know if I'm going to leave it in shield mode or in gun or with the parts on the backpack, but obviously you guys are going to probably want to see me do that. There we go. There we go. That's a nice shine right there. Alright, let me do the rest and we'll finish up the other parts. Give me a minute.